100 jobs lost at Central Pier. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, I'm Florian Heise, and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. With my morning stein in hand, I thought we would have a look at this article from the ABC about 100 jobs lost at the Central Pier for the Docklands precinct in Melbourne. Right before Christmas. And I'm just looking at this image. I mean, you would imagine that this area would be somewhat popular during the Christmas period. You'd go down to the docks, you'd, do the whole eating out, having a few beers, a nice seafood and steak meal by the side of the river or the bay. I'm getting myself hungry now. I shouldn't record these before breakfast. More than 100 people who work at Central Pier in Melbourne's Docklands have lost their jobs on the eve of Christmas as businesses grapple with an uncertain future. The century-old pier was abruptly shut down 15 weeks ago by the state government after it was deemed structurally unsound by Department Victoria. By which department? The building department? Business owners said they'd been left in the dark and had been forced to lay off hundreds of staff at what is normally the busiest time of the year. And this is the thing, guys, with these type of businesses, often the money they make at this time of year will carry them through the quiet periods. Oh boy. It's just coming more and more out of Melbourne right now, isn't it? Yesterday we had the building supply that went under, 400 jobs gone. Now 100 jobs gone here just before Christmas. Before it was closed in August, 1,300 people worked at the pier. 1,300 people. That's a big number. Since then, the workforce has been halved, with many of the laid-off workers being casual staff. So it's going to be the casual workers, the most disadvantaged people you'd imagine, that are there. Atlantic Group Chief Executive Hatem Salem made the tough decision to let 22 full-time staff go last week. It's heartbreaking. Some of these people are family, and some have relied on this business for over a decade, he said. Just think about that, guys. This is the thing. Owning a business isn't all fun and games. Employing people isn't all fun and games. You often have to make very tough decisions. To be put in that position, we've had to let these people go just before Christmas with no assistance or understanding as to why has been frustrating. Well, this is a substantial structure. Who's determined it structurally unsound? Why is it structurally unsound? How has it gotten that way? If you have any information, guys, about this particular project or what's happening, please let me know in the comments or send me an email, because I think more people would be interested to hear it. Is it a maintenance issue? Is it a construction issue? What's going on? On a warm December day, the pier would usually host around 3,000 people at back-to-back events, with businesses throwing party to mark the end of another year. Oh, the good old Christmas party. People still have those, don't they? They still have Christmas parties. But on Tuesday, no one was there. Development Victoria warned the site would remain closed until at least January 6, when it would make a decision about the pier's future, leaving businesses in financial uncertainty. Now, here's the question. Why is Development Victoria taking that long? Probably are the engineers on holiday over that period to do the assessment? Why are they all off on break? Shouldn't they make it a priority to make this assessment as quick as possible, to give people some certainty? I'd allow them to open over the Christmas period if it's all fine, start rectification works immediately to try and get some trade, or allow them to prepare for legal action against the appropriate people they need to. But these things do take time. You don't want to rush it, so I understand both sides of it. But the frustration these people must be feeling over this period. Restaurants and bars were abruptly evacuated 4 months ago after the base of the pier was found to be deteriorating rapidly. The Atlantic Group alone had to cancel or relocate more than 700 events. Businesses none the wiser about what happened. 8 business owners on the pier are suing Development Victoria for $100 million over claims it breached its responsibility to maintain the safety of the pier. Oh, wait a minute. So it's Development Victoria, the organisation. Oh, it's a government. It's a government entity, guys. So let's jump here and have a look. Development Victoria. Development Victoria is shaping the way Victorians live. We develop and revitalise public buildings and land to create spaces and homes that help make Victoria a great place to live. We do this by seeking out opportunities to increase housing diversity, near jobs, transports, yada, yada, yada. So, as you can see, they're a government organisation. There you go. So this is another argument when people are saying, oh, we need more government regulation, more government involvement in the construction sector, guys. That's just theatre. That's just theatre, and that's lobby groups trying to get more power. I have got no confidence in it at all. I am too skeptical. So good on them. I wish these people luck. They should, at the very least, be able to claim lost revenue from their landlord or from the developer over this period. You'd think that would be fair and equitable, wouldn't it? There you go. Good. See, pocket squares, guys. I tell you, pocket squares. Don't need to wear a tie. Makes it look any suit or jacket look great. It's a really great way. There you go. So that is despite more than $5 million being spent to make the pier stable before it closed. Mr. Salem said the losses to businesses had now exceeded $15 million, and he was waiting with bated breath for January 6th. I mean, this is going to destroy the holiday period. Have you ever had really bad news at this time for your business? It's a nightmare. It just sucks the energy out of you. And what could they do? What could the proprietors of these businesses do? This is unreasonable to expect. They can't be getting down there and checking the pier. You'd assume that it would all be fine. We're none the wiser as to how and why this happened, he said. Every business was blindsided by what took place, and we sat patiently waiting for some support. He said he had put in several formal requests for support to Development Victoria. Why do I keep calling that department? Well, maybe it should be called department if it's this government organisation that's doing this. Jeff Gordon owns and operates the Lady Cutter Showboat cruise out of Central Pier. He said he was worried he might have to shut up shop for good and was worried about a quiet death for the Docklands precinct. I've been here for 14 years and the future is pretty bleak at the moment, he said. I'm seriously considering closing. January, February, and March aren't looking good. So pressure mounts on state government to find a solution. Reason Party MP Fiona Patten said the issue had been poorly managed by Development Victoria. Hundreds of people are out of work just before Christmas, and there appears to be a complete lack of empathy by the government landlord, she said. You have to think, if this was someone like Westfield, and their building was closed for safety reasons before Christmas, their tenants would be looked after so their businesses survive and staff remain employed. Well, yes, I mean, for all the hate that a lot of people have for Westfield in those large centres, bloody oath, they would do everything to ensure that keeps going. Their brand reputation, this is the difference. This is the difference between a government organisation that doesn't really have to compete in the market and a business that does have to compete. Okay, this is the fundamental difference between the private sector and the public sector. The public sector, they don't have to compete at all. What's going to happen? You're going to go to another development, Victoria? There, yeah. It's just, this is the problem, guys. This is the problem. Government is no better at all. Miss Patton said even if the pier was to open next year, it was questionable as to whether businesses would be able to build back up again. The Andrews government referred questions about Central Pier to Development Victoria, who did not respond to ABC's questions. Shadow Minister for Priority Precincts, David Davis, accused Development Victoria of being secretive by refusing to release an engineer's report which was completed months ago. Here's another example where the government is restricting information. We've seen it with the flammable cladding. We've seen it with the Darwin issue there, with the structural engineer and the shear loading issues that the government was well aware of and didn't release the information for a year. We're just seeing it again and again and again. You try and put a freedom of information request in for this stuff, and it's a nightmare to get. The Andrews government is covering up their incompetence, refusing to release the secret KBR engineers report and blocking the release of potentially damaging board minutes of their failed agency. He said, "These jobs are going because of their incompetence, and small businesses are on their knees through no fault of their own." Well, there you have it, guys. There you have it. I mean, I feel sorry for the proprietors of these businesses. I mean, what could they do? You expect your landlord to have a certain level of competence. Can't trust the government, guys, can you? Let me know if you have any more information on this job. It'd be interesting to see. And here are the key points. The number of people working for businesses at the pier has been cut in half since it was shut down in August. A showboat cruise operator said he feared the precinct would die a quiet death. 8 business owners are suing Development Victoria for failing to maintain the area's safety. There you have it. There you have it. Perfect timing before Christmas, and I feel sorry for the people involved. Guys, thank you for watching this episode of Heise Says. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to help us produce more content, you can support the channel via Patreon, where we can receive small monthly donations. We also have Amazon and eBay affiliate links, where we receive a commission every time you make a purchase. We have an affiliate relationship with Independent Reserve, where every time you make a crypto trade, we receive a portion of the fees. And finally, we sell our very own merch, pocket squares, handmade in this house. Find them on the Heise Says blog. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.